What's going on, everybody? David here. Today, I want to talk about fear and how fear can keep you from traveling. And for the longest, I was this way. I mean, I've always had a dream of traveling, going to different places, but I was afraid. And there are two reasons why I was afraid. The first reason is you're in a different country, so you feel like you don't have control. You don't know what's going on. You know, I'm in a different country, different language. I might not be able to understand what they're saying, what people are saying, and just that uneasy feeling, that kind of fear. And this is before I started traveling. This is not after I started traveling. But that's always in the back of your head as far as when you go to other countries. Is it safe and all that? So that's one of the things that was keeping me from traveling. And then another thing was just the fear of, oh, what if I book something and then my friends can't go, and then now I have it booked and I might have to go by myself. And I'm okay with that now. Like I've done that before. Like I've actually gone. I went to Paris by myself and I had a really good time. So as long as you plan like that trip, I was going and I got a good deal. I was going. I didn't care about my friends. If they couldn't go, they couldn't go. I was there. But as long as you plan ahead and you know exactly what you want to do and you kind of set yourself up and you can do meetups and tours and all that stuff, keep yourself busy, then you're fine. It actually gives you an opportunity to meet new people is what it does, because now you're forced to engage people and talk with them, and you meet a lot of people. And if they see that you're by yourself, then they're more apt to come up to you and talk to you, especially if you go on these tours and stuff like that, because it's like a group of people and they're like, oh, okay, where are you from? And, you just start talking, stuff like that. So that's another fear that I had, but you got to get over those things because you only have one life. And you only have a window of time where you can really travel. And I wish that I started traveling earlier, like right out of college or even before I went to college, because I took a couple of years off before going to college. I wish I would have started traveling then. And then I would have gotten some of it out of the way, and then, I could have continued to travel. And I enjoy it so much now that it's something that I would have been doing ever since. But ever since, once you start, it's kind of one of those things where you want to go, okay, I've gone here, I want to go here. I've gone here, I want to go there. So getting out there and really experiencing it, just getting over that fear, the fear of going by yourself or the fear of just being in another country and not having that control. So you have to get over that. I mean, if you want to travel. Now, if you don't, you want to stay in the U.S. and you're fine here, then hey, do what you like. But I would highly recommend going out and traveling. And usually the things that you hear it's not as bad as the things that you hear. And the funniest thing for me, and I get a kick out of it now, but you talk to people, and for instance, I love going to Colombia. So when people ask me, hey, so are you going on another trip? Yeah, I'm going to go. I'm going to Colombia in a couple weeks. And a lot of people are like, Colombia? And they do that. They do the neck back, like, Colombia? Like, yeah, I'm going to Colombia. It's, I have fun out there. And they will tell you all the reasons why you shouldn't go to Colombia, but guess what? They've never been to Colombia. All they know is what they've either heard on TV or their friend of a friend of a friend told them this, or just stuff like that. And so people are afraid to go, but they've never been there and they don't know what they're afraid of. They hear stuff on TV or they watch these movies that were, documentaries and stuff like that. But the documentary is Pablo Escobar 20 years ago. So it's just, things like that. That I get a kick out of that now because that keeps people from moving forward and saying, hey, yeah, let me go travel here and there, because they're afraid. They're afraid that something might happen or just, people make up excuses why they don't want to go different places. But hey, if that's the way you want to be, that's the way you're going to be. But I'm just saying, if you can get to that point to get over some of those fears and start traveling, you will not regret it. And you might end up getting in a situation where you find a place that you want to live that's outside of the U.S. And you have a lot of expats that move to the different countries. Costa Rica is a really popular place to go as a retiree. Panama, Colombia, Medellin is a really popular destination. Thailand is another popular destination. So a lot of different places. And now there are a lot of people that they're not going when they're retired. They're going before. They're digital nomads now because everything you can do online, right? Like you can do a lot of work, a lot of companies, do a lot of business online. So you don't have to be tied down to one location and go to this office building. You can work remotely. So you have a lot of people that do that. They're younger. They go to Thailand, live in Thailand. It's cheap to live out there. The food's good. You're on the beach. You're able to work, do all the same work that you would do in the U.S. You can do it online. You can do it there. Medellin is another popular place for digital nomads to go because it's really inexpensive to live there. The food is inexpensive. They have, it's very modern, so they have good internet and things like that. You can do your business there, and the time zone is pretty much the U.S. time zone. So I think it's an hour back or an hour ahead of Pacific time. So you're still in that time zone. So if you're doing business, whereas like in Thailand, it's like 13 hours difference or something like that. But here, it's not like that. So, or here, I say here like I'm in Medellin. But in Medellin, it's not like that. In Medellin, it's like an hour difference or whatever. So you can do your 8 to 5 is pretty much the same 8 to 5 on like Pacific Coast time. So get over your fear and get out there. I mean, there's so much out there. And if you have that opportunity, even if you have a family, you can still travel as a family. But if you don't have a family and you're single, or even if you're a couple or you're married or what have you, but you don't have kids, travel, get out and see the world, because it's one of those things that for me, it's more important for me to have these experiences, traveling to all these different destinations, these different areas that I want to go to. That's more important to me than having a car. I mean, I have a car, but having a car, owning a lot of different property and all that stuff. The experiences are more important to me because, at the end of the day, those experiences, they're going to be with me. And you can lose a house, you can lose a car, you can lose all this other stuff, but those experiences that you have, you're going to have for the rest of your life. So that's all I have for you guys. If you have any comments, please post them below. If you like this video, please give me a thumbs up. Please subscribe for more, and I'll talk to you guys in the next one.